All right, welcome to Lab 9 of AZ-204. The lab's name is Publish and Subscribe to Event Grid Events, thus basically teaching us how to do event-based computing or apps. So let's start. So we're going to need to have a Cloud Shell. So let's first start that. We use a storage account in our subscription. Apply. I want to create one. In our resource group, I'm thinking East US. I'll call it Cloud Shell something, and then the file share is going to be shell storage. All right, that got created. So let's take a look at if we have event grid in our system. So the way that we do that is AZ provider show. And we're interested in a specific namespace, which is microsoft.eventgrid. And I want to see if they are registered. Registration state, right? And it is. Okay, cool. So it exists. So let's go and create a event grid topic. I'm just going to use event grid here. All right, so we want to create our topic. That's going to be under custom events, topics, then create. We want to use, in my case, a pre-created resource group. You might want to use your own. And then we have a name for it, which is the HR topic. And in this case, I'm going to put it into East US 2. All right. Onwards, let's go to advanced. So we want to have the event grid schema selected here. Note that we have the option of using different kinds of schemas, but the one that we want to have is the event grid schema. So let's create this. All right, now it has been created. So next up, let's deploy our web app. So we're going to have a web app that's going to basically view messages on an event grid, right? So I put it in the same resource group. We're going to name it event viewer, and it's a ready-made container. We can run it on Linux. We're going to put it into East US 2 as well. There we go. And then we need a new plan for that. Let's call it something nicer, like event plan. And then let's have the premium v3 P1. So a little bit more memory. Everything else should be pretty much standard. So let's go ahead and go onwards to the container tab. And then here, the container is going to be available in Docker Hub. And the image name is going to be Microsoft Learning / Azure Event Grid Viewer. Or the latest version of that. So that should be it. Let's create this. All right, so that worked. Next up, let's create a event grid subscription. So we're going to go to our resource that we just created. You can see that it's actually not deployed yet. It's still kind of working off on stuff. So let's go and create a subscription in this case. So let's go and take a look at the topic that we created. And then let's add a subscription. Let's call it just the basic sub. We're going to have the event grid schema. And now our event endpoint type is going to be a webhook because we have created a web app, right? And then we would need to configure the endpoint here. Problem is that we don't know it yet. So if we open up a new tab here, we go over to portal. And then let's go and take a look at that particular app, if it has managed to deploy itself yet. Yes, it has. Marvelous. So let's copy the host name and add that as the endpoint. And then we need to add /API /updates to it. And we need to prefix all of this with HTTPS. All right, there we go. So now we have the webhook available, so we can create that event subscription. Okay, so even though the application seems to be deployed now, if we actually browse to the application, then we can see that it's not really there yet, but now it is. Marvelous. All right, so we have our event grid viewer running here currently, so that's okay. Let's go back to our topic. It's over here. And then what we're going to need next is an access key for this. And then the topic endpoint. So let's just copy those down. Okay, so we have the topic endpoint here. And put that into a new text file. And then we need the access key. It's under settings here, access keys. We're just going to use key 1 as always. Okay, there we go. So next up, let's work with some code here. So I'm just going to open a folder and just copied the content here. And I have the GitHub repo downloaded here. So we need to go to Labs9, starter, and event publisher. Select that. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to create a new text file and put our secrets in there. All right. So there's nothing here again. So let's create a .NET project. So it's going to be .NET new console. And we're going to use .NET 8.0. Oops. .NET 8.0. We're going to name it event publisher. I'm going to put it here. All right, it did that. Then we want to add the packages required for talking to event grid. So that's going to be azure.messaging.event and in this lab we're going to have a specific version which is 4.11.0. Okay, that's done. And then let's just do a quick .NET build. Oops. So that we see that everything seems to be working. All right, that succeeded. So let's get rid of the terminal. So I get a little bit more space for our code. And then let's take a look at our program file and just coldly replace it with the code given to us from the lab instructions. All right. So what do we need to do here? Well, we need to first of all update this topic endpoint. So happily we have the endpoint over here. So let's copy paste that over. There we go. Then we want to do the same thing for the key. And we can definitely do that. Just copy the key and then paste it over here. There we go. So that's done. Then let's do a new main method here. Get rid of that. And then put the code from the instructions instead. And maybe let's take a little bit of a look into what's going on here. Well, there we go. That's formatted. So what are we doing here? Okay, we're creating a new URI based on the endpoint value up there. That's okay. Then we're creating a new key credential based on the key that we have created. That's okay as well. And then we use those two objects to create a new publisher client for event grid. Okay, then we create an event. This is the content of that event. And another one, which is with that content. And then we send the first event over to event grid, and then we send the second one. Simultaneously, we're writing that we've actually done that. That makes sense, yeah. So let's save this and then open up a terminal. And now we can just run .NET run, and it should rebuild the software based on the changes that we have made. And there you go. So it claims that it has actually published these events. But how do we know? Well, remember we had this event grid viewer application here. And there you can see that it has actually caught 2 new events. And this is exactly the data that we just sent from our application. So that works. So hopefully you found this beneficial. So you saw how to work with event grid to do your own kind of application internal messaging. Thanks for listening. Remember to delete the resource group that you used if you followed along, and then see you in the next lab. Till then.